Okay, the first thing I want to show you is I want to show you my include file. So if you go over here to my includes, and I have quite a few of these, if you can see here, I have quite a few title pages. And I know in the old days, we always just had one title page and we just tweaked it. So I have made title pages for all different kinds of things because I wanted to do less tweaking. So you can see I have one for death penalty, and that's because it has the Supreme Court thing at the top, has all of the information I needed. I have one, oops. I have one for an appeal with a public defender, and because that means the second page is, oh, it gave me a exception 3. Well, that's not good. There we go. So I have one that has one for the public defender. I already have it open. Okay, I have one here that has the public defender information already there. And I have one for private attorneys, which is this one right here. It's set up differently for the private attorneys, and that has the fields in it. I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. I have some that are for multiple defendants. Oh, why is it telling me I can't open these? Oh, I must have these open somewhere. Sorry about that. Well, anyway, you get the gist. So I have several multi-defendants, so I don't have to keep adding on the attorneys. It's already listed there. Okay, so let me show you what I want you to look at. Here is a title page. This is one I've already done. You can see that it's got everything in it. And then I want to show you how I got to that. This one here. Okay, here it is. So when I pull in my title page, I've got several things that I can click to quickly to change. And if you probably have the same judge, so you don't have to worry about that. But right now I'm juggling between 2 judges, and before I still had stuff from Judge Collation. So I found that I was constantly changing the judge. So if I just decided to make it a conflict, and I want to show you how easy it is to make that a conflict. You can go right up on top of anything and replace it. Make a conflict is just the caret and a space. And I'm going to put Michael Seltzer, space, another little caret, and Juliet Bocconi. So now I've created a conflict. I just put it in. So this is what you would do on your title page. Anything that you have to type in, make it a conflict like that. So then on my title page, I would be able to go right to it and choose 1 or 2. Okay, I didn't delete that before I started. Okay, here's another example. Say it is the date. So where we just had 2021. So half the time it's 20, half the time it's 2021. Well, I can replace this and make these on my title pages. I can make them a conflict now. I can even do 2019. So now on my title page, my actual title page, not the one I'm editing, I can scan to it and I choose 1, 2, or 3 for the year instead of typing 2019 or whatever the year is. So I'm going to choose 2019 with just 3, and I fixed it. Any questions on how to make a conflict?
Just go to global.
I just replace, just go on top of whatever. Here, go on top of 2019, replace. And then make a little caret, space, and your first one, space, caret, space, 2021, space, caret, space, 2019. And that's how you create a conflict. You can do this anywhere. You can actually do this in your dictionary. You like say if you want to go into your personal dictionary. Say I wanted to insert something right here. Say I wanted to make break a conflict. It's the same thing. Caret, space, BRAKE space, caret, space, break. So that's, you use that same format for wherever you're doing conflicts. But I'm hoping you're not writing break and break the same way. Okay. Any questions on how to create a conflict? Think about that when you're editing too. If there's something you're always having to change, like say you write wave and wave the same, or maybe you don't, but you're having to change it constantly, make it a conflict. Like that's exactly how you make it a conflict. Okay, should I move on? Yes. Okay. So I also, in my title pages, I create scan stops of things that I'm always having to change because I don't want to be doing this every time, you know, getting to where I need to be. So my scan stops are like on the defendant. I'll show you that. Right here, I have the defendant. I just made that a scan stop. That's all I did. And if you can, I have a macro for it. I just hit 6 and it'll put a scan stop on whatever I have. But it's the same thing. You replace. You can do a scan stop, F4 scan. Oops. Over here, scan stop again. Do defendant, scan stop end. And that makes a conflict.
Did you just say you made a macro for that?
I have a macro in my keyboard map that I can go on top of anything. Like say I'm here, I'm on Civic Center.
Yeah.
And I just want to put a scan stop there and look at it later. My keyboard map.
Oh, okay.
I hit 6. It makes it a scan stop.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. And I use that all the time when I'm editing. Whenever like if I'm going to walk away and go back to something or close it out, do something, or I'm on page 35 and I know it's not done. I'm always afraid I'll not start at the same spot and think that I've already edited the whole thing. I'll just make a scan stop like that in the middle of a sentence, and I know that's where, or I can highlight a bunch of stuff and make it a scan stop. And now
isn't it otherwise known as an oops? Maybe I don't know.
And oops is different, but I'll go for oops if you want.
Okay. Because I got lots of those.
I got oops. Okay. Any questions on that? I'm just making a scan stop, and the time I put it in the case number. So basically, when I'm doing a title page, I hit scan. I fill in my defendant. I hit scan. I fill in the replace with, or you can edefine whatever, this case number. Okay. Here's another place I have a conflict. You can make different title pages for pleas, sentencings, preliminary hearings, whatever you want. I just made this a generic one, and I choose whether it's a change of plea, preliminary hearing, or further proceedings, whatever you want to do. So I made that a conflict. So literally all I did was replace, and I did that exact same thing. Caret, space, change of plea, space, caret, space, sentencing, space, caret, space, preliminary hearing, caret, space, further proceedings. And that's all I did. So if that's something you're always having to edit, that's a really good thing to put in. So wouldn't you rather just go through and just hit 1 or 2? 2. Boom. Whoops. 2. Do this because this is my real title page. Okay. The next thing, I have the date, and I do the date same thing. I put a scan stop on it, and I just go right to it, replace my date. Then I scan stop to the next thing. I choose 1 or 2. So there's my date with all of those. Okay, any questions on the scan stops?
Nope.